welcome back to Kora Fundamentals. In this video, I wanted to talk about the way I approach tuning and different, what you might call different keys. I think of playing Kora, I think of it more in a kind of modal sense, you know, and always, on my Koras, these low notes are I tune to E. And all my Koras I tune to E. I think more typically is probably F sharp, you know. But this is just the way I make them. It's actually quite easy enough to raise it up if you wish, but it suits the songs that I write and the music I do. So the way I approach it is I leave these two notes as my root note, and then tune beyond that. So this tune, not beyond it, but tune like, I can't even think of the way to put it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. For instance, this tuning is kind of what we might call a kind of minor mode, and it's a root note of E and F sharps on it, which is the same as like G major. G, A, B, C, D, E. So it ends up into a kind of minor mode. In a way, this is one of my favorite modes, you know. I really love the kind of sadness of it. Just as by way of contrast, I got my other Kora that I've been doing videos with, and this one's tuned to 4 sharps: F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp, which with the root note of E makes an E major kind of scale, you know? So typically, when I'm tuned to these notes, like the root of E, pretty much all the pieces I've written start with 1 sharp, F sharp, and gradually go up to the 4 sharps of E major. And that realm is what I usually compose in, and I've done other kinds of tunings. Of course, but in general that's what I do. And also, generally speaking, what I'll do is I'll start playing in this key, and then tune up. So from here I've got, it's all F sharps from the next section. So I'll do all my pieces in sections, you know. So I'll do all my songs in this mode, and then I'll do a bunch of songs that go up into, say, F sharp and C sharp, and do that mode, and then F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and then finally on the E, finish on the E. And for me it's great, because I love this feeling of really kind of sad depth in a way. And so when I do my little concerts and things, it's kind of such a really, really beautiful, quiet mood, you know, quiet feeling, contemplative. And then gradually I'll just bring it up, and finally get into the 4 sharp mode, and which is just a straight ahead happy tuning, you know. So it's just like bringing the energy up and up and up, and that's generally how I've done things, and it works out well for me. But of course you can do anything. But one thing I can say for sure is that by tuning up, it becomes more stable. Like, it's easier to tune the string up and then bring it down, as I've mentioned in other other videos about tuning. Bring it up and then squeeze it down, you know, so this kind of motion where I'll twist like this and pull this front edge down. So I find that makes it very stable. Taking it the other way and reducing it, and taking the different strings that were sharp down to natural, just the physics of the way the string operates, the string ends up dropping a bit more after you start playing. And likewise, when I tune up, like I'll put it into pitch, and usually by 5 minutes later it's shifted a bit. It's usually dropped down a bit. Wait a minute, it settles down, so it drops down a little flat. And in some cases it doesn't matter, you know. If it's really obvious to my ears, then I'll just quickly adjust it before the next song. A lot of times it'll shift slightly, well, it's good enough, you know. But mind you, if it's a recording, that's a different story, right? So if I'm recording, I'll just retune. I'll retune after every other take even, just to keep it perfect. But at the same time, I don't want to be obsessed about tuning and things like that. Depends on the context and the situation, but best not to get too worried about anything. So I hope that gives you an idea of how I approach the tuning. So like I said, my root notes are always E. Even if your root notes were F, you would just adjust it, proportionately in terms of using it as I lost my train of thought. Usually I do these in the morning, but my battery ran out. So now it's afternoon, I'm a little bit sleepy, waiting for the battery to recharge. But anyway, hopefully that gives you an idea of approaching this instrument in terms of tuning. And, tuning is, I'm not sure what to say about it. It is, I mean, it's 22 strings, and it's a lot, in a way. The other issue, of course, is it's nothing like a piano or guitar where you can play any key you want as long as the whole thing's in tune, So, actually, this is a good point to make. Because each tuning is individual, it's really hard to tune on the fly. I mean, I've played before and done that, just playing as an effect. But it's very uncontrolled, which is okay too, of course. But in general, you set your tuning up, play your piece that fits in that, and then you have to pause if you need to change. The other thing I was going to mention about the nice thing about that is then it becomes easy to play with ideas of non-tempered tuning. So like guitar and piano are tempered instruments, and you can start exploring different ways to approach that. Like, I usually tune to a non-tempered tuning that a friend recommended to me, and I've played around with different settings as well. I mean, I think it's called a mean tone type of tuning. So there's some adjustment going on. Anyway, it's a whole other world. I know a little bit, and I've learned bits and pieces here and there, but I have lots of friends in the early music world that just a lot of geniuses. And it's always really inspiring to talk to them about everything. Thinking of Terry and Kate here, especially. So basically, just have a lot of fun with it and play around, and I think, I'm really rambling. Maybe I'll leave it at that. It's even gone out of tune a bit here, so I can't even do a proper exit. Maybe I'll play this other instrument, the other one. We'll end on a happy note. Thanks so much for watching my rambling videos.